It's Mitch, and today it's Saturday, uh, November 17th. I just want to mention first that I heard I heard the news about the passing away of one of my friends' fathers, and it it's definitely it I know it kind of it sucks when people that you know and have spent time with in life have passed away. Um, I guess to me it's sort of it's sort of a reminder that this life, while many times it seems like it's never ending and ongoing, really that's only an illusion. And I've only got so much time on this planet. You've only got so much time on this planet. Um, so I mean, I got definitely life is valuable, and we got to do what we can to make it count. So I send out my prayers to you, Nick. All right. All right. So like I said before, I'm gonna try to read one page every day from the upper room, and I made a commitment to try to do my best to stick to that commitment. So um, sometimes it's tough, but let's see what we can take from today's reading. You guys know I've been reading. I try to read one page every day from the upper room, and like I said, each page has a different day, calendar day. Um, we can learn together, we can pray together. Um, so for today's page is the title of the story is called "The Ever-Present Source," and it says to read Ephesians chapter 3, verses 14 through 19. And then it goes on. It gives a quote from the book of Ephesians. And the quote is this. It's Ephesians chapter 3, verse 16. It uses the parentheses to, I think it's to denote which translation of the Bible that they use. Like the NIV, when you see that, it means New International Version. If you see KJV, that means the King James Version. This one it says here, in RSV. So I'm not sure that what exactly that stands for, but there's different versions of the Bible, and it's just it's basically just sort of the same stuff written in different ways, just translated by different people, published at different times, different places and stuff. But here it goes. Okay. I pray that according to the riches of his glory, the Father may grant that you may be strengthened in your inner being with power through his Spirit. All right, so then it goes on saying, I looked on helplessly for more than 3 hours as a hummingbird that had flown into our office building tried desperately to get back out again. It was eventually able to escape through a window, but during the ordeal, it seemed to have used up nearly all of its strength by its fast-paced wing flapping. The bird had grown progressively weaker because no food source was available to replenish its expended energy. At times we are like that hummingbird. We find ourselves in sticky situations and flutter around frantically, trying to find a way out. The frenetic activity saps our mental and emotional energy. Thankfully, we have a source of strength that is available to us, and we can tap into it to refuel our weary spirits and enable us to go on. God is that source, and in today's verse, Paul prayed for the people of the church in Ephesus that God's power would strengthen them. In times of failing strength, we, like Paul, can continually draw from God's ever-present and unlimited supply to keep our lives spiritually refreshed. So, my interpretation of that is that there are times in life when we feel weak or tired, like that hummingbird in the story. The hummingbird spent all its energy trying to escape through the office window, and it had no available food source to replenish its energy. So, I mean, to me, that's sort of like, it's sort of a beautiful analogy, which just means there's times in life where things get tough sometimes, and sometimes stuff seems really hard, and like there is no end in sight. Like the suffering and pain is ongoing, and there's no way to escape the pain, or there's no way to get out of that sticky situation. As it mentions in here, it mentions that that it says, at times we are like that hummingbird. We find ourselves in sticky situations and flutter around frantically trying to find a way out. So, for sure, there's tough stuff in life, but it says that there's always the power of God that you can count on to replenish your energy during times of challenge, in times of adversity. So there's always that source, there's that higher power. I've came to believe in a higher power, and I never really used to. I doubted the presence of God. I was not sure for a long time. I believe there's some sort of higher power in this world. For sure, there's things that we cannot see, but we know are real with our eyes. Like, for example, the wind. I can't really see the wind, but I know it's there because if I see leaves blowing around, or if I feel my hair getting blown around, I can't see the wind, but I believe it's real, because I can feel it. So for sure, I think there's stuff in this world, and even beyond this world, it goes beyond the senses. It goes beyond the sense of sight and smell and hearing and taste and touch. So the prayer is this. It says, "Dear God, help us to rely on your power that revives us when we become weary. Amen." And this is written by, says here, it's written by Carol Dunn from St. Andrew, Jamaica. And it says, see page 21. Alright, so this is page 24, so I'm just going to flip back a few pages. Okay, so here's page 21. Okay, so it looks like that article was written by, it has a photograph of the author here. See, it looks like, see, that's Carol Dunn right there, or that's the image of the author of that article. So for sure, credit goes to the author that wrote that. I'm reading it and I'm trying to learn something from that, and also discipline myself to try to read one page of this book for each day as long as I can. So on the bottom of the page, it has the prayer focus is for those who feel disconnected from God. All right then, pray for you, and I hope that you have a good day. I wish only good things on the people. Life is precious, and there's tough stuff that happens in life. But I mean, I think that's normal. I mean, life is not always easy, and there's gonna be pain. There's gonna be sadness. There's gonna be people that die. Um, and like, there's really no way that I'm aware to stop some of those things. There's some things in life that are inevitable. From the moment we're born, really, you know, we're sort of in a way we're born already sort of genetically predisposed to dying. So like, no matter what we do, no matter how healthy we try to live our lives, and how many addictions we try to break, and how faithful we live, and how great our relationships are, or how bad our relationships are, or how much money we make, or how many material things we get, or how many cars we get, or how many houses we get, or how warm we stay at night, or how cold we are at night, or how safe we are when we're crossing the street, or how physically fit we get, or how much exercise we get, all that stuff. We can no matter how much, no matter how much we do all that stuff, we're all gonna pass away at some point. Um, so I gotta remember, sometimes it's good to keep it keep in mind that life is temporary. And I get sad about it sometimes. I mean, you can tell. Nothing wrong with feeling sad from time to time, or even crying. It happens.